Hello, everyone, aspiring minds and future leaders. Welcome to the special online discussion where we go deeper into the intricacies of the XAT paper or Javier Aptitude Test, so better known as XAT. Today, we have an exciting segment that focuses on one of the inference based questions. So we know that inference based questions are crucial and they do have a crucial components of competitive exams that test not only your knowledge but also your uh, ability to draw meaningful conclusions from the given information. So, for those who are unfamiliar, the JAT exam is renowned for its challenging yet comprehensive approach to identifying or assessing candidates for admission to some of the most prestigious management institutes in the country. It's not just about getting the right answer if you get any question in the exam, it's about understanding, analyzing, and inferring qualities essential for successful leaders in today's dynamic world. So, what we are going to do in our session today, we will be, dissecting a specific inference based question. So, and we will look into the question and it's designed to evaluate the kind of a deductive reasoning skills and the capacity to extract implicit meanings from a given passage or any of the situation. So, if you talk about that, students need such skills because such skills are not just academic, they are skills you will use every day in your professional life. Well, before we move into the question, let me emphasize the importance of mastering inference based questions. They not only test a candidate's comprehension ability, but also the ability to read between the lines, a crucial skill for effective decision making and problem solving skills. So let's unlock the secrets behind a carefully crafted inference based question. So I believe that joining with me in this discussion will be um, experts in text preparation, offering insights and strategies to tackle these questions with clarity or precision. So I believe that whether you are a seasoned test taker or someone who is gearing up for the challenge, so this session is designed to sharpen your skill and or skills and boost your confidence. Fine, stay tuned, engage in the discussion, and let's decode the art of inference together. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more valuable insights into the world of competitive exams. Let's get started. Okay, so here is the text. Hmm. So let's look at the text. What does the text tries to give us the idea? If you look into that, the text, it's a very small one. So the direction for the question is called as read the text and answer the questions below. So if I read the text, so what do I find out here? We met before 8. Aha, are we? It means we never met. Welcome to tonight, gentlemen in the dam. We have finest caught a perk direct from the local smokehouse. You are all experienced butchers yourself. I assumed you were aware that the humble pig can be cooked from nose to tail everything. But the squirrel, I can offer you 9 cuts at the best prices in all of Christendom. So it's diving headfast from the Zowl comes the God sent Roman bacon, that is Wangiali, and the shoulder of the hog comes the Boston butter. Tough but tasty cut, the picnic shoulder is a favorite of those who enjoy the smoking of pigs, center cut law, and the double cut pork chops, baby back ribs, and the serrano ham on the back leg, of course. All delicious to this. And of course, we have a fine selection of sauces below mongrel fantastic, and your choice as well. I'm gonna go with the picnic shoulder because I just love smoking pigs. Now, if you observe this particular text, this text is something like a very odd and awkward. Seems like what? A kind of a dialogue, isn't it? Dialogue. So it's a kind of a dialogue, or you can talk about it's a kind of a script of script of any movie, isn't it? A script of any movie. So that's what you could find out. If you look into that also, the text seems to be a coded message also. A a coded, coded message or conversation. Coded message, or you can say that conversation, isn't it? Using seemingly innocent language to convey a different, hidden meaning. So, seeming like what they have presented some kind of a very innocent language, but at the same time, they do have some hidden meaning behind it. That is what could identify. So let's break down the passage and try to draw means the summary with ideas or explanation of those of the difficult words. Let's say that the first one. What does the first one is trying to tell us? Okay. So, line by line, we'll discuss that. I hope that most of the students have gone through William Shakespeare's written different kind of a text, and that they could feel the kind of a difficulty in his writing and the kind of a jargon they have used. So, sometimes you meet also some kind of a caustic text, right? So, let's see that. So, the first statement stated, "We met before," right? Are we? It means we never met. Now, this seems like the speaker is questioning if they have met before, but suggests that even if they did, it was not a real encounter. So that's what you could find out from this particular line. We met before, right? Are we? It means we never met. So uh, then after, if you look into the next one is stated, "Welcome to tonight, gentlemen. Welcome to tonight, gentlemen. In the dam, we have finest, we have finest cut of pork direct from the local smokehouse. Then you are all experienced butcher yourself." Now look into these are the lines, right? Uh, then after, I assumed you were aware that the humble pig can be cooked from nose to tail everything, but the squirrel, I can offer you 9 curds at the best prices in all of Christendom, isn't it? So, what is it appointed? Means, welcome to tonight, gentlemen, in the dam. We have finest cut of pork direct from the local smokehouse. Now, if I observe this, the speaker is welcoming a group of people, possibly you can say that uh, maybe gentlemen, or maybe some of the different people, right? So you can say that the speaker is welcoming a group of people, possibly you can talk about gentlemen, to an undisclosed location. Undisclosed, undisclosed location, isn't it? So you can say that that place could be called as the dam, in the dam, or maybe a kind of an expression, right? So they mention having high quality pork curds from a local smokehouse. So uh, by reading such kind of a line, so somebody could realize, or somebody could think about the food, right? They mention having high quality pork cuts from a local smokehouse. Next, if you see, you are all experienced butcher yourself, I assumed you were aware that the humble pig can be cooked from nose to tail, everything but squel. Up to this. Now, if I look into this particular line, where I could find out that the speaker assumes the listeners are skilled in what? Butchery, right? So the listeners are skilled in butchery and hints at the mastery of cooking a pig, excluding only the skull, indicating using every part, right or not? Now, then after it is stated, I can offer you 9 cuts at the best prices in all of Christendom. So it diving headfirst from the Zal comes the God sent, right? So God sent Roman bacon, that is Vangeli and Vangeli. Now, if I see that I can offer you 9 cuts at the best prices in all of Christendom. So what do you mean, or what is the idea that you can draw? So the speaker claims to provide 9 different cuts of pork at competitive price using the term Christendom, so which emphasize a broad geographical area, right? So that is what you could may draw. So Christendom. So to emphasize a broad geographical area, and after that it is stated. So it's diving head first. So it's diving head first from the south comes the God sent Roman bacon, that is Vangelia or Vangiali. So referring to a specific cut of pork, Roman bacon, and possibly using a coded language like Vangiali, Vangiali, isn't it? To signify something else. Then after it is stated, and the shoulder of the hug, and the shoulder of the hug comes the Boston butter, comes the Boston butter. So Boston butter tough, isn't it? So in that case, which is you can say that um, it is stated that in the shoulder of the hug comes the Boston butter, tough but tasty cut. The picnic shoulder is a favorite of those who enjoy the smoking of pigs, right? Smoking of pigs, isn't it? So it describing another cut, the Boston butter, which is tough but flavorful. The picnic shoulder is recommended for those who enjoy smoking pigs, possibly hinting at another another activity, isn't it? So next it is stated center cut law and the double cut perk, center cut law and the double cut pork chops, baby back ribs, and the serrano ham. Center cut law and the double cut pork chops, baby back ribs, and the serrano ham on the back leg. Of course, all delicious to this, right? So, of course, all delicious to this, right? So, in that case, if you see that the mention of law might be a part of the coded language, and the author pointed about what listing various cuts, including center cut, double cut pork chops, baby back ribs, and serrano ham. So these are known as nothing but a kind of a coded language. And of course, after that, it is also said we have a fine selection of sauces below mongrel fantastic, and your choice is well. Your choice is well. So it is acknowledging the availability of what? Sauces, availability of those sauces, possibly using the term mongrel fantastic in a coded way. The speaker suggests that the listener's choice is respected, right? So, and then it is stated, I'm gonna go with the picnic shoulder because I just love smoking pigs. So the speaker concludes by expressing a personal preference for the picnic shoulder, possibly referring to what? A specific activity, a specific activity involving smoking pigs, involving smoking pigs, right? So if you carefully see that the passage appears to be a disguised conversation, seeming like it is a disguised conversation, right? Conversation discussing something other than what you can say that per cuts, right? Per cuts, possibly involving any of the illegal activities or secret dealings or secretive dealings. You can say that. So the coded language and subtle hints suggest a hidden agenda. So it can be also called as a uh, the coded language and small hints suggest nothing but a what hidden agenda, right? With the speaker inviting the listeners to participate in something beyond means uh, beyond a kind of a other discussion, but so and if you observe that this seems like not a kind of a discussion or not a kind of a dialogue conversation, or not a kind of a script in the kitchen, isn't it? So fine, we have just understood the text and we draw some kind of a idea. So let's see that, because when you find out a kind of a text, so you cannot carry the kind of a general sense or thought about it or a common thought out of it. So it's a kind of a language which will go with the not with the um, literary or not with the kind of a literary text. It will be referring as a exaggerating or metaphorically or directly comparing some kind of other activities, right? So let's move to the questions of this particular text. So the question points out, what can be inferred about the gathering mentioned in the text? So, what can be inferred? Right, it is an inference based question and asked about the gathering mentioned in the text. What can be inferred about the gathering mentioned in the text? So, we could find out that the word like we, uh, so indicate about a different kind of cut. So this discussion happened not only between one with the and one to one, but it this is the kind of a discussion held among a couple of people, isn't it? So let's see that means what we can infer about the gathering mentioned in the text. So look at the first option. The first option said what? It is a meeting of culinary enthusiastic, or it is a meeting of culinary enthusiasts discussing various cuts of pork. So if you see that, uh, well, the text mentions various cuts of pork, no doubt. The overall tone and content suggest a hidden agenda, right? Hidden agenda. So, and we need to identify the inference, hidden agenda. So, related to something other than the culinary interest, but not about culinary matter, right? Or culinary things. So, the focus seems to be on coded language rather than a genuine, genuine discussion, discussion about per cuts, isn't it? So now moving to the next one, option B. So we can consider that option A may not be the answer to this particular text, or you cannot draw this particular inference, right? Look at the option B. The option B said the attendees. So it means referring to the people who gathered and discuss about variety of things. So the attendees are likely involved in the trade of arms and weapons. So involved in where? The trade, the business of arms and weapons. So this option is seeming correct because the text includes phrases and expression that could be interpreted as coded language related to arms dealing. So phrases like You can say that phrases like, what do we find out? That's called as a finest cut of, you can say that the finest cut of pork, finest cut of pork, direct from the uh, local smokehouse, and you can talk about also smoking of pigs, isn't it? Smoking of pigs, or called as smoking pigs, isn't it? Can be seen as nothing but covering references to weapons and illegal activities. So that could be, these are the things can be referred as a what? Can be referred as a, secret secret references to weapons and uh, illegal activities illegal activities illegal activities. So hence we could keep the option B in a line to consider that this could be a correct answer option. So let's move to the other option also. Option C, the event is centered around a specific kind of perk, including various cuts. Uh, Now, it is true that um, the text talks about the variety of perks or a specific kind of perk, including various goods. Um, However, it misses the hidden agenda behind the language. So you can say that which points towards something other than a genuine discussion about, you can say that culinary matters. So in that case, option A and option C somehow called as similar ideas about culinary discussion or culinary matters. So hence, option A and C may not be the answer to this particular question. Look into the option D. So, option D stated the individuals are part of a secret society involved in criminal activities. Now, this option is also close to the correct answer, because if we look at the option B, it is stated the attendees are likely involved in the trade of arms and weapons. So D said the individuals are part of a secret society involved in criminal activities. So if we see that this option is close to the correct answer, it is not as specific as option B, because option B stated the attendees are likely involved in the trade of arms and weapons. So it means they are in the particular place in a geographical base, right? So and they were having a kind of a conversation. That conversation reflects their identity, right? So in that case, you can say option D is not as specific as option B. The text that suggests a secretive. Obviously, it is stated about a secret society, secret, secretive gathering. But the primary focus is what? The primary focus, you can say, primary focus appears to be an arm dealing, isn't it? Arm dealing, which is pointed here, the trade of arms and weapons, isn't it? So, and that's why you can say, um, option B is the most accurate because it directly addresses the hidden context of arms dealing as implied by the coded language in the text. So, therefore, we can consider option B will be the correct one. Option A and C are eliminated because of uh, gives the information about culinary matters, whereas option B and D, if we see that option D talks about a secretive society involved in criminal activities, whereas option B stated that their specific purpose that called it a trade of arms and weapons. So, on the basis of this, we can draw option B will be the most appropriate to this particular text or particular question. I hope you understood the idea. So, that is what The difficulty level you could find out in English language, right? Which you need to interpret wisely and with a correct thought. Then only you can find out the question's answer will be accurate, 100% accurate. Thank you.